Just a day before now, Bestman Games launched the City of Lagos edition of the Monopoly board game at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But in a more glamorous fashion at the City Hall, where the Lagos State Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola and other dignitaries were in attendance, Bestman Games again presented the Monopoly game, which is the first for any city in Africa.
Over the years, the landmarks, although of foreign origins, for many of us, Old Bond, Kent, Park Lane and all of that, fascinated us long before we ever made contact with them. As we grew older, of course, our contacts with those famous landmarks began to establish. But the appeal of the game was nevertheless high, and we became very proud and happy millionaires, at least on Monopoly dollar, or sometimes very sad bankrupts, as we competed across brightly colored board in our journey of life from childhood to adulthood. Although we probably did not realize it at the time, many lessons and values were installed in our lives forever.
It's hard to describe how I feel, having a dream become a reality in such a short space of time. But I'd always wanted to be involved in a board game that would portray our own landmarks. I grew up playing Monopoly, the London edition, with Old Kent Road and Mayfair and Park Lane. And I always wondered why we don't have our own game which shows our own landmarks so that children all over the world can play a game and identify with our own fantastic landmarks and begin to learn about our own city and our own country.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud for the board game Monopoly, and I'm so proud for Bestman Games, our partners, and I'm so proud for Lagos City. We first came about this, so we create new editions of Monopoly for places around the world, and there's never been an edition for a city in Africa. Now, we were contacted at the start of this year by Bestman Games, who are based here in Lagos, and they said, you really need to think about doing a Lagos edition of Monopoly. We were convinced. They brought with us such enthusiasm about Lagos that we knew it would be a wonderful place for a theme of Monopoly and there would be a passion. Well, we could never be sure, but coming here for the launch and seeing such enthusiasm, such passion for this edition, it's just shown that it's true. So we're very, very proud.
First Bank Nigeria PLC, who have been involved in some iconic projects in the financial sector, are among the sponsors of the board game. Head of Marketing and Corporate Communications, Mrs. Ani-Mumuney, said it was a project worth supporting.
I think this is one of those projects where there was no way that First Bank would not be a part of this. You know, it's a no-brainer. Let's face it. Prime property, prime real estate, there's an enduring value in it. A brand like First Bank that's been around for so long, 117 years, there's an enduring value in it. So you can connect the dots and see how value in prime real estate, laying the right foundations, building a solid foundation, those are the things that the First Bank brand speaks to. Also, teaching family values. For us, financial literacy, family values, and the fact that we're a bank for all generations, which means the old and the young together can play this game. It just speaks to everything that we are as First Bank.
We have the franchise to do the whole of Nigeria and the whole of Africa, except South Africa. So the sky is the limit. I mean, we hope to do other cities in Nigeria. We hope to do a full Nigerian edition. Nigeria turns 100 in 2014, so we'll certainly do a commemorative edition to mark that anniversary. And there'll be lots of other opportunities. We also, it's not just cities, we do corporate editions and school editions as well. So an iconic school may decide to have its own board game so that it can, people that went to that school will have a sense of nostalgia in playing that game. Yeah.